You're listening to the Computer Repair Academy podcast, a show that's your go-to podcast for easy tech fixes, pro tricks, computer repair tips, and everything you need to keep your computer running smoothly. So if you're ready to upgrade your tech game, then let's dive in.
Hey there, techies. Welcome back to the Computer Repair Academy podcast, where we help you navigate the weird and wonderful world of technology without losing your mind. I'm Jeremy, your trusty host, and today we're going to talk about something we've all done, whether we admit it or not, deleting something by mistake and then freaking out like we just lost the last slice of pizza. Yes, folks, today's topic is data recovery, or as I like to call it, how to recover files when you've royally messed up. If you've ever deleted something important, like a work presentation, a year's worth of photos, or heaven forbid, your gaming saves, you know the horror that sets in when you realize what's happened. But don't worry, I'm here to tell you it's not game over. Today, I'll be walking you through how to recover lost data, the best practices for avoiding digital disasters, and maybe even a few funny stories along the way. Because nothing says life lesson like almost losing your tax documents at 3 a.m. Am I right? So let's dive in. Okay, let's set the scene. You're working late on a project, or maybe just clearing out some space on your hard drive, and then it happens. You accidentally delete an important file. You know, the one you weren't supposed to touch, and as soon as you realize it, you're hit with that sinking feeling in your stomach. Cue the panic. Oh no, where's the undo button for real life? Here's the thing though, if you've just deleted something recently, chances are it's not gone forever. It's usually hanging out in your recycle bin or trash folder. Think of it like digital purgatory, a place where files go to wait and see if you really meant to get rid of them. So step one in the data recovery process, check the recycle bin. It's amazing how many people forget that. Oh, my precious files, how could you leave me? That's right, let's talk about the low-hanging fruit of data recovery, the good old recycle bin, or trash if you're on a Mac. This is the digital equivalent of that lost sock pile in your laundry room. Deleted files often aren't really gone when you hit delete. They just move to this folder waiting for you to rescue them. Just double-click on the bin, find your file, and restore it. Easy, right? And just like that, you're a data recovery genius. But of course, sometimes things are more complicated. Maybe you emptied the recycle bin in a fit of over-enthusiastic digital cleaning, or worse, your file's not there at all. Don't worry though, we've got options. And this is where things get a little more techy, but stick with me. You'll have your files back faster than you can say accidentally deleted. So let's say your file isn't in the recycle bin, or you emptied it out. Now what? Well, that's where data recovery software comes in. Picture it like sending a team of digital detectives into your computer to search for that lost file. They're not giving up without a fight. Here are some of my top picks for file recovery software. These programs scan your hard drive and can often bring back files you thought were long gone. First up, we've got Recuva. This is a go-to for Windows users, and it's super easy to use. You just run a scan on your hard drive, and it will dig up files you deleted, whether it was yesterday or 3 months ago. It's like digital archaeology. The best part, they've got a free version that works pretty well for most people. What's that you say? My deleted vacation photos from 2016? Here they are. Next up is Disk Drill, which works on both Windows and Mac. This one is like Recuva, but with a little more muscle. It can recover files from hard drives, USBs, and even your external drives. And it can dig pretty deep, kind of like when you lose your keys and end up searching the couch cushions from 3 years ago. You'd be surprised at what Disk Drill can find, just hopefully no old potato chips like in the couch. Now, if you're feeling brave and a little tech savvy, there's Test Disk. This one's open source and free, but it's not for the faint of heart. It's best for recovering lost partitions or dealing with disks that won't boot. In other words, this is like calling in a SWAT team for your hard drive. But hey, if you've accidentally wiped an entire drive or can't access it, Test Disk can work some magic. And finally, we have Stellar Data Recovery, a bit of a premium option. This one's great for recovering files from drives that are failing, corrupted, or formatted. It's also super user-friendly, so you don't need to be a tech wizard to use it. Stellar. For when you need to recover more than just your dignity. All right, now that we know about recovery tools, let's talk about best practices. Because even though data recovery software is amazing, it's not a guaranteed fix, and sometimes your files are too far gone. So, what should you do the second you realize you've deleted something important? First things first, don't panic. Seriously, panicking just makes you more likely to mess things up further. If you've deleted something, stop using that drive immediately. The more you use it, the more likely it is that your deleted data will get overwritten. It's like dropping a cupcake on the floor. The faster you act, the more of it you can save before someone steps on it. If the file's not in the recycle bin, run recovery software ASAP. Time is your enemy here. The longer you wait, the more data is written to your hard drive, and the harder it will be to recover your files. Think of it like trying to grab a train. It's a lot easier if you do it before it leaves the station. Now, if your hard drive is physically damaged, like it's making weird clicking noises, or your computer isn't even recognizing it, don't try to fix it yourself. That's a one-way ticket to permanent data loss. Call in the professionals. Think of it like taking your car to the mechanic. You wouldn't just poke around under the hood unless you really know what you're doing, right? Unless you want to be that person driving with a cloud of smoke trailing behind them. And here's my final and most important tip. Back up your data. I know everyone says this, but that's because it's true. The easiest way to recover lost data is to never lose it in the first place. Use an external hard drive, cloud storage, or both. Set it to back up automatically, and you'll never have to deal with the stress of losing your files. Set it and forget it. But seriously, a good backup strategy is your insurance policy against future disasters. Now that we've covered the serious stuff, it's time for a little fun. Here are my top 3 favorite and hilarious data recovery fails from clients I've helped over the years. Spoiler alert, these are cautionary tales. To start us off, I had one client who proudly told me they were doing digital spring cleaning. They had gone on a deleting spree and cleared out all the files they didn't need. And then, in a moment of overconfidence, they emptied the recycle bin too. The next day, they realized they'd deleted their entire financial records for the past year. Oops. Fortunately, we were able to recover most of it, but let that be a lesson. Don't get too delete happy. Next up, another classic. Someone put their USB flash drive through the washing machine. Apparently, it had all their important work documents on it, and they realized the mistake after hearing a clunk, clunk, clunk in the dryer. Pro tip, most flash drives don't like water. We recovered about 80% of the files, but the rest, gone forever. Rest in pieces USB. You served us well. And finally, one of my favorites, a client who accidentally formatted their entire external hard drive thinking it was a different one. They wiped out years of family photos, all in the blink of an eye. Fortunately, we were able to recover almost all of it using the data recovery software Recuva we talked about earlier. You swing, but I'm pretty sure their spouse still brings it up at every family gathering. You can only live that one down after so many years, right? All right, folks, that's all we've got for today's deep dive into data recovery. If there's one thing I want you to take away, it's this. Don't panic when you delete something, but also don't wait too long to act. The longer you wait, the less likely the chance is to recover the data. There are plenty of great tools out there to help recover your data, but the real key is prevention. Back up your stuff, folks. Seriously, whether it's family photos, important work documents, or even your favorite memes, don't leave it to chance. Thanks again for tuning in to the Computer Repair Academy podcast. As always, if you need help with data recovery, tech troubleshooting, or just some good old-fashioned computer advice, we're here for you. Until next time, keep your files safe, your recycle bin under control, and your USBs out of the washing machine. This is Jeremy, signing off. Catch you later.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Computer Repair Academy podcast. Until next time, keep those PCs running smoothly.